What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Final Whistle. I'm Danny Irvin, alongside my guys always, Nathan Austin. Nate, week 5 of the NFL underway. Oh man, I usually say what a crazy week. Wasn't that crazy a week? I want to start off with some news though. Joe Flacco traded from
Yeah.
the Cleveland Browns to the Cincinnati Bengals. The third in division quarterback trade this century. Pretty weird.
Hey,
What's your take on that?
Joe Flacco only needs to be a Steeler to play for all AFC North teams.
Correct.
How about that?
And that will never happen.
I think for the Bengals, this was the best move they could have made. It was either him or Jameis Winston. I've been seeing a lot of, especially Jameis Winston, because the Bengals desperately can't waste Jamar Chase and T. Higgins on the contracts they're on. And for my fantasy team purposes, it was getting really annoying waiting till the fourth quarter, garbage time for Jamar Chase to score points. So at least in the Steelers fan perspective, me hates this because it's like now they have a quarterback that can at least throw a deep ball or try to draw some PIs.
Yeah.
So that's going to be rough, but it was a good move for the Bengals to make because I don't think the Bengals are officially dead, though, with this move because this was a good stopgap quarterback to cover. This is a way better option than Jake Browning. It's a way better option than the guy I think they just got rid of, Ripien, I think was his name, off their practice squad. But, like, who else are they going to get? It's either Joe Flacco, trade for Shedeur Sanders for some weird reason. Like I said, Jameis Winston or Russell Wilson. For some reason, I was weirdly thinking Russell Wilson could have got traded from the Giants. But yeah, Joe Flacco's a Bengal. It's going to be interesting. He only needs the Steelers to finish the AFC North Infinity Gauntlet. But of course, we'll get to them in a little bit. But yeah, do we want to start with Thursday Night Football, Niners-Rams?
Yeah, let's start with that game. This is a great game. Came down to the wire. The Rams could not get it done in overtime. Nate, what happened?
Well, didn't it come down to like a 4th and 1? It was a very odd play.
It was a bad play call. I think if you got Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams, those are two great short yardage receivers. Throw them the ball. Like I hate a run with Kyron Williams, a 1 yard run on 4th and 1. I just can't stand that. Like there's so much that can go wrong on a run play. Now it's the opposite of the famous you're on the 1 yard line, Seahawks and Super Bowl, run the ball. Like, so, it's such hearsay to say, but I hate that play. Like I've never been a fan of when people say their Seahawks should run the ball. Like I throw the ball. Different situations though. Yeah, Puka Nacua had a good game, not the games he's been having recently, which is like 160-yard games, 10 catches for 85 yards for Puka Nacua and a tutty. This Rams team is very dangerous. It's a very good team. The Niners just own the Rams, and the Niners are 4-1. Another great performance by Mac Jones.
How about that?
Great performance from Mac Jones.
They were praising him on Thursday Night Football.
He looked great. He looked amazing.
Yeah, 342 yards, 2 touchdowns. Mac Jones looks pretty good covering for Brock Purdy. And I know you're a big Brock Purdy system QB guy, and a lot of those allegations are kind of starting to show here. I've been seeing that a lot in like the national media or social media lately. People are like, well, Mac Jones is thriving there. Could anyone thrive there? Could this be an opportunity for other QBs to just go in there? And he's even doing it with like little weapons on the outside. You have Christian McCaffrey, but like Jake Tonjes is one of their number 1 wide receivers right now because everyone's hurt. Kendrick Bourne, cool, but like they just got rid of Deebo Samuel. Who's Persall's hurt. But yeah, they're in a very odd spot. They're still 4-1. They're winning games with Mac Jones. That's cool. Like, I don't know how much I want to buy into San Francisco just because I just don't know with these injuries. And it's like, are we really buying in on Mac? I don't know do we know when Brock Purdy's officially coming back yet or no?
I don't think so. I think he's like week to week.
Well, how much longer do you think they can get this production out of a Mac Jones? Because it's more than likely. I'm not rooting for it.
I think your whole season.
We know McCaffrey's injury history.
This is the Mac Jones you'd get all season, I think. It's the Sam Darnold effect that Daniel Jones is having. Now Mac Jones is getting it. It's the freest thing ever.
Are we also buying the fact that McCaffrey could have an entire healthy season? Because if they lose Christian McCaffrey, their entire offense is gone.
Yeah, but their entire offense was supposed to be gone without Christian McCaffrey. They
And that's the
lost
funny thing too. They're
everyone. They
still
lost,
somehow doing this.
Kittle. They lost both the receivers. Pearsall, Juwan Jennings is gone. But like they lost everyone, and they're still 4-1, and they're leading their division. Crazy stuff, Nate.
Yeah, their schedule is also pretty favorable. Their next 4, they're at Tampa Bay. That's probably a loss. Versus the Falcons, at the Texans, who are playing better football, but I don't know about that one yet. And then at the Giants. That's a pretty favorable 4-game stretch, especially if they get the bad Houston Texans. So if they lose they lose to the Falcons and Giants, I don't think they're legit. But I mean, the Niners were a team last year. People were like, oh, yeah, they could go back to the Super Bowl. They could actually win it this time. And then they all got injured. And yeah, but they look pretty good this year. Their only losses, I think, wasn't it to Seattle? No, it wasn't. It's to the Jaguars last week, 26-21. They almost lost to the Seahawks. But again, they almost lost every single one of their games. 17-13 win. 26-21 win to the New Orleans Saints. 16-15 win. 26-23 overtime win.
Who's that remind you of last year?
Who does that remind me of?
Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, they're a weird team too. This has been I'll say this, and this will be the kind of talking point, the theme I've seen about this NFL year. No undefeated teams are left. This seems like a year where a lot of teams don't know what they are. And it seems like the year, especially in the AFC, we're seeing a lot of like the Jaguars, the Colts, like the Steelers even right now. These teams that you're like not expecting to be these powerhouses, especially the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're 4-1. The Kansas City Chiefs are 2-3. The Baltimore Ravens are 1-4. Good teams that are supposed to be really good are terrible. And the bad teams that aren't really supposed to be good yet, like the Jaguars, like the Colts, are 4-1. Which we'll get to those in a second. But like back to Niners Rams, I think this was a great way to start off the week. I thought it was a great game. I did not like the play call for Los Angeles because I'd rather throw the ball to Nakua or Devontae Adams in that situation on the 4th and 1, or just kick the field goal and honestly go for the tie at that point, or just try to tie it at that point and give the ball back to Mac Jones. Even though Mac Jones was rolling, I'd rather take the gamble and see if he can keep it going in overtime, knowing Mac Jones is passed. But yeah, this was a tough loss for the Rams to take. But I mean, they're going to have another matchup against the 49ers. I think they'll get them back.
They will, though. One more. Let's go to Vikings-Browns in London, 8:30 a.m. game. Did not watch this. I was in Texas, so this was 8:30 for me, and I was not doing that.
So well,
you're gonna have to run me down.
I'll say this. I caught basically the entire second half because I was sleeping. Then I woke up and I was like, I'll watch this. This was basically the same Carson Wentz you saw against Pittsburgh in Dublin. But I think the big story was Dylan Gabriel actually had a pretty solid game for his rookie debut. He went 190 on 19 for 33, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Had a QBR, of course, of only 39, but a rating of 94.3. I mean, average rookie debut. Quinson Judkins had 110 rushing yards, along of 32. David Njoku, 67 receiving yards and a touchdown, of course. Justin Jefferson had another great game, 7 for 123 and 11 targets, no touchdowns. Jordan Mason had a touchdown. Carson Wentz, 236. The story of this, however, was the Browns had this game in the bag, and then the Browns basically did what the Steelers didn't do last week and lost the lead. The Vikings somehow, some way scored with 25 seconds left in this game. The Browns got all of their timeouts were sucked out of their. That was almost out of pocket, but Kevin Stefanski didn't have to use half those timeouts, but he did to make sure they had time. And then, it didn't mean anything because Jordan Addison gets a touchdown. He ended up 5 for 41, 12-yard touchdown pass with 25 seconds left. So at that point, the Browns had no timeouts. They were cooked. Vikings win 21-17, and their trip in Europe ends with a win, I guess. Cleveland, I think the takeaway for the Browns is they had a rough situation, I would say, because they have the Steelers next in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's coming off a bye after their trip. The Browns don't have a bye after their England trip. It's kind of weird. It was also kind of weird that the Vikings had to stay over in Europe. I don't really understand why the NFL did that to them. I mean, they were the road team both times, so I guess they didn't waste a home game. But yeah, Dillon Gabriel didn't look horrible in his rookie debut. I'm curious how they're going to look against Mike Tomlin, because we all know Tomlin against rookie QBs. The track record is there. But yeah, I'm curious what he looks like. I know Shadur is now quarterback too, because Joe Flacco is traded, as we talked about. But yeah, nothing really else. It was just another, basically the spitting image of the Steelers-Vikings game. But this time the Browns blew it and the Steelers didn't. The Vikings almost came back in both of those, but the Browns weren't able to hold it. So, but yeah, Dillon Gabriel, good. Judkins, good. Defense, horrible at the end.
Fair. Colts Raiders, man, this Colts team is nasty, Nate. I really like this team. Jonathan Taylor, 3 touchdowns. Daniel Jones throws for 2. What is going on with the Raiders, though? I mean, I think there's only one answer. There's one person to save you, and it's Kenny Franchise. And I'm seeing things on Twitter. People are saying, put in Kenny. Duh.
Is Aiden O'Connell over him?
No, I think, let's check. I can check the depth chart right here. Please be Kenny.
I think it's
depth chart.
Yeah, it is Kenny.
Bang!
Kenny Pickett, because O'Connell's on the IR.
Cash. Yeah, Kenny Franchise. I think we see Kenny this year. I think we see Kenny as a starting quarterback, and I will be the biggest Raiders fan ever, by the way.
Is this a situation just like Kirk Cousins, where he's making all this money and has to ride the bench?
I think we're getting there. I mean,
this is Pete Carroll's
34.
first year there.
Kenny's 27. I don't hate it.
Pete Carroll got his QB.
Ashton Jeanty did have another good day. 67 yards on 14 carries, no touchdowns. Jonathan Taylor, 66 yards. And
3
17
touchdowns.
carries, but he did have 3 tutties. Man, I think Daniel Jones is just great. I'm not there yet. I'm on the Puka Opoy train over the Jonathan Taylor Opoy train.
Puka?
Yeah.
Hey, you were hating on Puka last week.
Yeah, I can still hate on him.
Jonathan Taylor right now, do you think he's going to finish with a better year? This is very off topic. Do you think he finishes with a better year than Saquon did last year?
No. Hell no.
Right now, first in carries, first in yards, first in touchdowns.
This year Saquon had, I don't think we'll see another running back have a year like that in a very, very long time.
Jonathan Taylor already at 480 rushing yards through 5 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where Barkley was at this point, but I mean, I think Jonathan Taylor's up there for Opoy along with Puka.
Yeah, I mean, he's up there. He's just not there. But yeah, I really like what I saw. We saw Anthony Richardson come in for 3 plays, 1 for 9 with 9 yards. I still feel bad for Ant Richardson. I think he has a starting job somewhere in the NFL. I would love for it to be Pittsburgh. By the way, that would be awesome. You wouldn't like that?
Not really, no.
I guess. I mean, a lot of people just don't like Ant.
Backup, sure.
I love Anthony Richardson.
I just haven't seen it. He got benched last year in year 2.
Yeah, I mean, it does kind of show a lot with this Colts team is nuts. It's been amazing, and Daniel Jones is the answer. So maybe Richardson was just that bad.
The Colts are this year's Vikings of last season. Last season, we both had them, and I even was worse. I had them, the Vikings, as like a 4-win, 5-win team, because I was like, they are not going to be good. And now the Colts are doing the same thing with Daniel Jones.
Yep.
Daniel Jones is going to make bank next year, go somewhere like Seattle, like Sam Darnold did. So we'll see Daniel Jones go to let's think, Las Vegas, for example, even though they have Geno Smith, just for fun. And he'll have the Sam Darnold effect. Where do you see this Colts team ending up? Are they like?
It's a playoff team.
Where? How far into the playoffs? Are they
I can't confidently say that. It's like maybe a 1-win playoff team. I could see it.
Okay, so here's what they have coming up.
I'll tell you how about this. I'll tell you the teams in the AFC that I think they can beat. Ready?
Yeah.
I think they can beat that are playoff teams.
Currently playoff teams, or teams that aren't even in the playoffs right now? Because you could still throw in the Ravens and Chiefs.
I think they could beat the Chiefs. I think they could beat the Broncos.
Okay.
I think they can beat the Chargers. I think they can beat anyone in the AFC South. The Texans themselves, Jags, Titans. I think they can beat anyone in the AFC North except for a healthy Ravens team. And I think they I don't think they could beat the Bills.
Yeah.
So like that makes them one of the best teams in the AFC, which
That means
they are.
if that also you have to bank on Daniel Jones playing like he is right now.
True.
Or you're banking on Jonathan Taylor staying healthy because Jonathan Taylor is that offense.
Yes.
And we've seen some injuries out of him in the past. I will say their defense is playing very good football, though. Love what their defense is doing in Indianapolis. But like their schedule coming up, it's favorable towards the Colts. Cardinals at home, away against the Chargers, who have lost 2 in a row, home against the Titans, away in Pittsburgh. That's a solid 4-game stretch. I would say the Chargers and Steelers are going to be their hardest opponents. And those games could mean a lot when it comes to the wild card at the end of the year, especially because those 3 teams might be in the wild card hunt. Even though the Steelers are the only winning team in the AFC North, I still think a team like the Ravens can figure things out, just knowing the past. But yeah, anything else on Colts, Raiders? I don't really have much to say about the Raiders.
I'm very impressed with this Colts team, though. Let's go on to Giants Saints. This is a good game, surprisingly.
They won.
The Giants were non-favored. I was like, I cannot believe the New Orleans Saints were favored in a game, and the Giants won. The Saints won. I thought that the Giants were just a free square. They were not. Jackson Dart looked like a human again. I mean, he looked incredible in his debut, and then they had 5 straight turnovers. Oh my God, Cam Scatterbu with a big fumble. There's no one for them to throw the football to, though. No one. Daniel Bellinger was their leading receiver, then Scat, and then Theo Johnson. Darius Slayton is the only receiver on this list, and he had the 3rd most catches or the 4th most catches on the day, and that's the only receiver. There's tight ends and a running back.
It's rough.
And then Wan'Dale Robinson. Yeah, it's a bad team.
That Malik Neighbors.
I'm always shocked that Jalen Hyatt hasn't had a better NFL career so far.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that I was actually intrigued of when he was drafted.
Yeah,
it's kind of like one of those role guys. You're like, he won't have this crazy good career, but I was like, maybe he can be something.
Mm-hmm.
And he's kind of just been he's there every couple of weeks. How about congratulations, Spencer Rattler, first ever NFL win.
Yeah, crazy.
How about that? I was literally asking the questions. Will the Saints win one game this year? We were asking that last week, and then they win. They beat the Giants and they beat them in New Orleans, so good for them. But yeah, Rashid Shaheed, 4 for 114. He's pretty good.
Really big catch.
Yeah,
monster catch. But besides that, this game sucked. I still think Spencer Rattler is the worst thing ever, by the way. Like
he's not a starter. He's just stuck on the
team
that only team that will start him.
Alvin Kamara, though, getting outsnapped.
Yeah.
What's up with that? That's scary for fantasy owners. That's scary for Kamara fans.
Also, let me ask you this question to transition to the next game because I have nothing else.
Still got it. Yeah.
Speaking of Justin Fields is 0-5 with the Jets. The Cowboys win. Jerry Jones got fined for flipping off fans.
Well, I mean, as a Mike Tomlin hater as you are, Justin Fields and Russell Wilson have not had a win in the NFL yet, or after leaving the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Cool.
And the Pittsburgh Steelers are 3-1. Cool.
Win a playoff game.
I thought Tomlin was the problem.
He is the problem.
Obviously not. If he could have gone, if he went to the playoffs with Fields and Russ last year, and those guys stink this year. So we'll save that for the first down. But how about that? Justin Fields sucks a lot. He's very bad though. This Jets team just fully sucks. I think they have the pieces, which is so weird because Breece Hall has good games like every week, but cannot. He's allergic to the end zone. Garrett Wilson just gets like pity touchdowns every year. Justin Fields statistically looks good, but he's not. I'm sorry, he is not good.
He's a box score quarterback.
Yeah, he's such a box score merchant. This team's 0-5. This team is it's not the worst team in the NFL, which is crazy, but they're the worst to watch. They're so embarrassing. Like Fields didn't throw an interception, but like they just looked so bad against a Cowboys team that has like the worst defense in the NFL.
You know what's funny? their schedule, this team was supposed to be like, people were like, oh yeah, Jets could maybe be a wild card team this year. They're 0-5 now. Their next 5: Broncos, Panthers, Bengals, Browns, Patriots. If the
Slowly.
Jets,
Tell me
if
that
the
slowly again. I'll tell you win or loss. I'll give you the record.
Broncos,
Loss. So they're 0 and 6.
0-6. Panthers,
1 and 6.
Bengals,
1 and 7. Or 2 and 6. Sorry.
Browns.
3 and 6.
So they practically revived their season in those 4 games.
This is a very easy schedule coming up.
And the Patriots.
They could win that game again.
In New England.
Patriots are not that good, even though they beat the Bills. I'm sorry.
So you have them winning that game.
Yeah.
So they would be 4 and 6. So their season can be revived. But like if they lose to the Panthers, Bengals, or Browns, like in that order, they are toast already.
You got to beat the Bengals and the Browns. Those are the worst teams.
I would say the Bengals are the tougher one now because they at least added a quarterback that can throw to Jamar Chase and T. Higgins.
True.
But besides that, I mean, things are looking rough. But props, thank you, Dak Prescott. I know a lot of people hate on Dak Prescott. There's a reason why I drafted him back up in all my fantasies. Because I knew Lamar just had a feeling that he was going to get hurt. Lamar got hurt. Dak Prescott helped me win one of my fantasy games this week.
Wow.
He looked good. Dak Prescott's a good fantasy football quarterback. He gets a lot of hate. Dak Prescott does.
He does.
I think he's the most overhated quarterback in this league.
I would agree with you.
And that's something we agree on. Dak Prescott gets overhated. But yeah, I mean, George Pickens has looked good. Ryan Flournoy had this crazy game, 114 yards. Pickens 2 for 57. Man, I miss him. Our guy Andrew Filipponi was saying it's the worst trade ever right now, and I went back and found his old tweets, and he was saying about how it's the greatest trade in Steelers history. So I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, this was a good win for Dallas coming off that tie, really weird tie. Jerry Jones got fined a bunch of money for flipping guys off, and he said I was trying to give him a thumbs up. Pretty funny stuff. I don't really have much to add. Broncos Eagles though, wow. Eagles lose.
Yeah. This was rough ball. I did catch this game. The end of this game, there should have been pass interference. Blatant pass interference inside the 5-yard line. I even thought that. Did you watch this game?
Yes.
That unnecessary roughness call on the Broncos when it was like 3rd down, that was a terrible call.
Wait, are you talking about Zach Bond?
Maybe.
No, that was unnecessary. It was after he was down.
But he was getting back up
on the final drive.
Yes, to make a football move.
No, that was unnecessary. I don't agree with the pass interference, but I agree with the unnecessary roughness.
I don't agree with the unnecessary roughness at all. I think that he was getting back up to stretch for a first down, and so dove at him. He was on the ground. Don't care. Like, you're trying to extend the play.
I'm pretty sure during it they noted that the ref blew a whistle.
Yeah, I guess.
So that's why it was mainly unnecessary.
I just think that's a soft call.
But I like I said, I don't really agree with the pass interference call. I know people were saying there were calls earlier in this game, but like the thing is, like, you shouldn't have to have makeup calls in the final drive.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy the Eagles lost. Don't get me wrong. It was a rough weekend to be a Philly sports fan. Thank you, Dodgers, for whooping them. But yeah, hopefully they finish that out. But yeah, Broncos win. The Broncos are legit. I don't care if the refs help them. The Broncos team is good. They're the team that was able to knock off Philly. Bo Nix played good down the stretch. They started out pretty quiet. They scored 18 unanswered. That's partially on Philly's offense. They weren't able to score in the 4th quarter. They allowed 18 unanswered points. I was watching the game. The announcer was saying that's a big reason they lost. Not just because of one play, not just because of one call. The offense just stopped scoring. The defense stopped performing.
Denver scored 18 in the 4th quarter and won the game. The tides turned very quickly in this game. One thing I want to point out, Saquon Barkley just wasn't there this game.
I was about to say
6 carries is unlike anything we've seen from Saquon in a long time. I think the Eagles were trying to shut people up of this, they can only run the ball narrative. And that didn't work out for them. Saquon Barkley did not run the ball. The Eagles ran the ball 11 times this game. 11 times. Let's go back to the week prior and see how many times the Eagles ran the ball. All right, so in the Eagles win against the Buccaneers, they ran the ball 32 times, okay?
Yep.
And the week before that against the Rams, they ran the ball 27 times. So they're running the ball around 30 times a game. They're running the ball 11 times this game. Now, I understand Denver has a really good defense, but you have a really good offensive line. You have the best running back in the game right now in Saquon Barkley. Like, run the damn ball.
Hey, Saquon right now, this is going to further my Opoy agenda for Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor, 480 rushing yards. Saquon Barkley, 267.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it was a good game. I still am not. I'm still not a Bo Nix guy, Nate. I'm still not a Bo Nix guy.
That's fair.
Like,
I am, but that's fair.
He's just not a needle mover for me, and I don't love this team, even though they have the best defense. Yada yada yada. I don't think I can trust this team to win me a game if I needed it. All right.
I want to see it in the playoffs.
Yeah, I'd want to see this rematch. Dolphins Panthers. Good lord, this is a stinker. Rico Dowell had like a career game, which is kind of fun to watch.
I was playing him in fantasy football. So that was awesome.
Man, I'm not a big Bryce Young fan. Like I want to believe in him, Nate. I really want to believe in Bryce Young pretty bad, but like it gets to a point, Nate. When's the point? I know I say this like every week with Bryce Young that I'm out and then I'm back in.
We're in year 3.
I just don't think. I think I'm over the point of, well, he doesn't have any help. Because if you have a running back that gives you 206 yards, you win the game. They won the game. They put a 14 in the fourth quarter. But like what I see from Bryce Young, he can extend plays sometimes. Sure, he made some pretty good throws, but like he's not a long-term option for this Carolina Panthers team. And I really think that a different quarterback would change some stuff for this team. I think if you give this team someone else, that they're pretty good. But then again, look what happened. I know I kind of said this last week. Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold were on the Panthers a few years ago, and they were terrible. So it's a scheme thing. That's why I do feel bad for Bryce Young, but he still stinks.
I love how we're talking bad about the Panthers, even though they beat the Dolphins.
They won. Yeah,
Dolphins are awful,
Dolphins
man.
I mean, like they have no one. I mean,
Bro,
they have Darren Waller was their best like option, except Jalen Waddle.
I saw some angry Dolphins fans say they need to trade Minkah. That would be hilarious if Minkah gets traded again.
Trade him back to the Steelers.
Well, even if he gets traded, that's a win for the Steelers on the trade.
True.
This Dolphins sucks. When are they going to fire the coach?
Yeah, this is McDaniels last year for sure.
I think we put the over-under at their bye week, right? Isn't that week 12?
Mm-hmm.
Are we under that now? I know you were waiting. You said wait till the end of the season. I'm thinking they're firing him at the bye.
I don't think he gets fired in the season. Its coach has to be so bad for that to happen, and he's pretty bad. So I don't know, but I think they put so much trust into Mike McDaniels that like firing him would be just so embarrassing. Regardless, not to do it in the middle of the season. If you want to fire a coach in the middle of the season, like it means that you still have hope that whoever you hire can finish the season better.
Yeah.
So
can we talk about their run game too? Davon Achane, 10 for 16. He averaged 1.6 a carry.
I mean, that's Najee Harris numbers. Yeah.
I mean, he's more of a receiving. He has 30 yards receiving, sure, but you like, horrible. Like this Dolphins team needs something to go right for them.
Yes.
Like I don't think Tua had a bad game. He looked good. Ratings wise, he was a lot better than Bryce.
He looked fine, yeah.
80 QBR, 122.0 rating, 3 touchdowns, no picks. That was a good Tua game.
Yeah.
The defense just sold, and they couldn't get a run game to save their lives. Jalen Waddle had a great game, 110 yards. Waller, 78 yards. Besides that, like, nothing can go right for Miami. I don't really have much to add about them. They stink. Maybe they can fix it. I don't think we like to think they're dead now. Like, they have the talent. They just need to start clicking, but I think it's do or die mode. And another team in do or die mode is the Baltimore Ravens, man. Wow, they suck. They need Lamar back. Their defense is all hurt. Cooper Rush looked like Cooper Rush. I was watching this game. I was like, can we please? I was begging CBS to just change games because I know you said you were in Dallas. This is what we had to sit through here in Pennsylvania. Because, Baltimore's in the Steelers division. I was like, can we watch Broncos-Eagles instead? Yeah. That would be so much better.
This game was a stinker.
No. I don't know even if I want to buy into the Texans.
And I no, I'm not buying.
I don't know if I want
I
to.
will not.
They looked good these last
CJ
2
Stroud had a statistically a good game. I think Nick Chubb was great this game, 11 carries, 61 yards and tutty. But like I cannot buy back into CJ Stroud right now. I cannot do it. Nate.
Can we also talk about Derrick Henry? What are we doing there?
I mean, yeah. I mean, like, is he washed? I'm a huge Henry guy, but I don't
They're
know.
not using him.
He had 15 carries.
I'm watching this. I was watching this game. It was like I'm begging for fantasy points, and they just
more
keep
than-
throwing the ball.
More than ETN had last night, and it felt like they used ETN a lot. Like he just didn't do anything with those carries.
Is this Ravens team dead, or do you think they're? I think
No.
my
not
thing
dead.
with them.
When's Lamar come back? 2 weeks.
Well, even they were even losing with Lamar.
Right, okay.
Because their defense is horrible.
True. Now,
this is the Bengals of last year.
Let's say they get Lamar back next week of the Rams. They don't beat the Rams. They're 1-5.
Well, I think Lamar is playing because he's projected fantasy points for me right now. So,
right, so I still think the Rams beat. I still think the Rams beat them. I think they're 1-5. Okay.
Bears.
All right. Bears is a win. Okay.
Now,
yes.
The what's no?
Yes,
I'm just saying. Are we accounting for how bad their defense is?
Yes.
Right
yeah. Hell yeah.
And injuries.
Caleb Williams sucks. I'm okay. They beat the Dolphins. I think you win 2 games in a row. You beat the Vikings. You beat the Browns. You're beating the Jets.
Oh yeah, they can easily go on a streak.
Like they can go on such a roll here. Like literally, they're gonna lose to the Rams. If they beat the Rams, though, watch out. I mean,
bro, their back half of the schedule so
I'll tell you
compared.
If they beat the Rams next week, I would bet them to win this to win that division. They'll be 2-4. I'd bet them to win the division because then it's Bears, Dolphins. So you go win, win, win. I think they beat the Vikings because they're on a roll. They beat the Browns, beat the Jets, beat the Bengals. Then they play the Steelers in Baltimore, which is a layup for them. Like not having to play us in Pittsburgh. And then you play the Bengals again, who you just played. Then you play the Patriots, play the Packers, and play the Steelers.
Bro, their front half of the
schedule,
schedule,
they are not cooked at all.
Their front half was Bills, Lions, Chiefs, and Texans included with the Browns, where they won. But like, here's the thing that drives me nuts is like here in like Pittsburgh, all you hear on the radio and like fans are like, oh my gosh, what a great bye week it was to be a Steelers fan. The Bengals, Browns, and even the Ravens all lost. The Ravens stink. They're not going to win the division. There's a reason why the Ravens are favored in literally every single betting market to win this division. Because we saw this last year too. They went on this like crazy winning streak. There's no world. I don't care how bad the Ravens defense is. They're better than the Steelers. I'd rather have the Ravens offense. They're going to fix this.
They will.
But like they need to win against the Rams to like prove that. Because if they lose 5, if they get to that 1-5 mark, they're looking at, if they don't win the division, a low wild card, I think.
Absolutely.
So this is a must win this week, very early into the season.
All right, Titans Cardinals. What a collapse from the Cardinals, Nate. Wow.
How about the Cardinals coach getting fined? Their guy losing the ball at the celebrating at the goal line.
Yeah, this was a bad DeMercado. I think how do you say his last name?
DeMercado, I think.
DeMercado.
I don't really have much to add.
I picked him up in fantasy this week. Terrible decision.
You almost got a touchdown. You're an inch away.
Almost had a touchdown. Yeah, what almost does not cut it. Cam Ward. Oh man, Nate. I think Cam Ward is not what I thought he was going to be, but I did pick the Titans to win this game. It was the freest thing. It was the freest thing ever because Cam Ward said that they looked like, what he said. He said they were ass. He's like, I'm not going to cap ass.
He's self-aware.
Yeah, every time a quarterback like says that and it's like, yeah, like something crazy like that happens, they win the next week, and then they're going to go on a roll. I'm telling you, the Titans are going to go on a roll. Let me show you their schedule right here.
He got his first win.
Raiders next week. Okay?
That's winnable.
That's a winnable game. Okay, they're 2-4. They go. They play New England at home.
I think that's a loss.
But it's not a bad loss.
In Nashville? In
Nashville. Not a bad loss. You play the Colts, it's a loss. You play the Chargers, it's a loss. You play the Texans, divisional game. You can win that game, even though
honestly,
you smoked your last time.
Let's give them a win.
Yeah. Seahawks a loss, Jags a loss, Browns a win.
Yeah.
Browns
their season's cooked.
Yeah, like they're cooked, but like they can get a few wins, hopefully. But they're beating the Raiders next week. That's free.
This was another game where a team scored all the 16 unanswered in the fourth quarter.
Yes.
Like the
Awesome.
Cardinals didn't score any points since the first half at that point.
Yeah.
They deserved to lose this game. Their coach got fined. I don't really have much to add about this one. I didn't really watch it. You want to move on to Bucks Seahawks?
Let's do it.
Another great game. 38-35 for the Bucks. How about Tampa?
Who would you rather have as quarterback, Baker Mayfield or Justin Herbert?
Ooh. Baker maybe for playoff pedigree, just because I think he's done more in the postseason. Herbert, well, I think he's actually won games in the playoffs compared to Herbert.
Yes.
But Herbert, on the other hand, it's tough. I think I'm going to lean. I don't want to lean Baker, but like I kind of like Baker a lot more than Herbert. Just personality aside, I think he's more fun to watch. Baker also has better weapons on the offensive side of the ball to throw to. So, like, it's very 50-50 with me. I don't know if I can pick. Because you know me, I really like Herbert.
So do I.
Who are you leaning?
I think right now it's Baker.
That's what I'm thinking.
Still a Herbert fan. I still like Herbert better than Baker, but right now Baker Mayfield is a better quarterback than Justin Herbert. And Baker Mayfield is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL right now.
How about Emeka Ibuka too?
He's been amazing for them.
Rookie of the year candidate?
Yeah, lock.
Is he the guy?
Yeah, he's the lock, yeah.
What a pick. I wanted the Steelers to get him.
Yeah,
so
did I. So did I.
163 yards. That's it. Where's he rank? I want to see where he ranks in the league. Fourth. His fourth leading receiver in football right now. Tied for second in touchdowns. I think Baker Mayfield found his guy.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah. Anything else to add about that? I mean, Sam Darnold looked pretty good.
I think that I'm just very high on the Buccaneers this year. I think this is a contending team.
You think they can win the NFC?
Yeah, it's a Super Bowl contending team right now. For sure.
What do you think this game showed about the Seahawks, even though they lost? Are they actually legit? Are you still in on them?
I've never been on the Seahawks.
Do you think they deserve to still have
I like Kenneth Walker, that's it. No.
So you think they're fake?
Yes.
Okay. That's fine. Jackson Smith and Jigba has also been looking pretty good.
He's a monster.
See where he ranks. I'm actually curious about him. He ranks second in the league in receiving. So you had two top 5 receiving guys in this game. Ibuka and Smith and Jigba.
All right. Bengals Lions, Nate.
I don't have much to add.
Don't care about. I mean, I'm not kidding. I don't even care if you don't. I don't want to touch this game.
We literally already covered Joe Flacco on there. The Lions are just really good. That fluke loss to the Packers, they got that out of their system.
Yeah, they've put up all 35 points. They put up all 34
nice to see
points.
Jamar give them 110 yards for my fantasy team. I bet he's happy to have Jake Browning get replaced.
Yep.
Jake Browning might be the only backup I've seen people complain about.
Best quarterback in Pac-12 history, Jake Browning.
Yeah, like I've never seen so many fans beg for a backup to be replaced. And it's like, I'm watching this game because, again, forced to watch this game because they're like, oh, yeah, Bengals are in the Steelers division. And then it just sucks. Higgins has done nothing since being paid. I don't think he can help it. So maybe Joe Flacco helps. I really hope he doesn't help because, he's in our division. But yeah, Jared Goff looks good. This Lions team's legit. I don't care that they lost to the Packers. They're good.
I agree. What's our next game here?
Commanders, Chargers. Chargers 2 in a row. They've lost.
Jaden Daniels comeback game, Nate. Bang. He looked great.
A little bit of a college rematch.
Yeah. Was it? They played in college?
Yeah, they posted about that. They had a college matchup.
When he was at Arizona State?
Yeah, Jaden Daniels. Because it was when the Pac-12 was still
Pac-12. Yeah, makes sense.
I love Daniels beat him too.
I really do like Jaden Daniels. I think he's a monster.
What about this Ja'Cory Croskett Merritt guy? I
mean, I've been waiting for him to break out. I'm waiting for Bill to break out for my fantasy team. He finally does it. So he got one of these next week, Nate. He got the nod.
The tip of cap.
Yep. He'll be my starting lineup next week.
He had a pretty good game. 111 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Great game.
Herbert had 60 rushing yards. Marion Hampton, though, I hated he got hurt. He was my rookie of the year pick.
Yeah, he was
doing really good. Year. He was doing really good. Before the injury, he was sitting at 314 yards, 2 touchdowns, 66 carries. Pretty solid rookie numbers. And, yeah, he's out in week 5. Yep. You could tell he was a big piece of that team, big piece of that running core. Keenan Allen, leading receiver, the Chargers. The Chargers offense needs something. Ladd McConkey finally gets a touchdown. Nice to see him get in the end zone. But the Commanders, that's a big bounce-back game. Finally won a road game. Chargers now lost 2 in a row, so it's kind of interesting to see where they go. They lost to the Giants last week. They have a good chance for a pick-me-up game against the Dolphins in Miami. If they lose that game, I don't know where to think. It either means the Dolphins fix their issues with the way Tua played this week, or the Chargers are just starting to suck. But yeah, hopefully they get it out of their system quick, because the wild card in the AFC is going to be interesting with all these teams that shouldn't be good, like the Jaguars and the Colts, honestly, being good. But yeah, Sunday Night Football, Patriots upset the Bills, and like that, no winless, no undefeated teams, because Bills were last one standing.
A lot of people are blowing smoke up Drake May's behind this game, Nate. I'm not one of those people. I'm not. I think he looked fine. At the end of the game, they're like, "Oh, this is the next Josh Allen." No, he's not.
There's not going to be another Josh Allen.
No, he's not. They were like, "Oh, this is literally the next Josh Allen. Looks just like Josh Allen." No, he doesn't. Like Drake May played a good football game. I think the Bills played themselves out of a loss here. Josh Allen threw an interception. Like this game to me was so. Like I think this is just the classic Stephon Diggs legacy game. This is like his lick back game. It's the freest thing in sports. A revenge game is free. His first game back at Highmark. I don't think the Bills played disgusting. I think the Patriots played good enough to keep them in the game, and then they struck at the right time, right? There's people on the internet right now calling for the Patriots to win this division. They're calling the Patriots are back. This team's cracked. Shut up. Like they have no running game. Ramondre Stevenson's like the worst thing ever. By the way, he's fumbled like every single game he's ever played. He's like, I've seen some crazy edits of Ramondre Stevenson.
Hey, 2 touchdowns. How about that?
I mean, like when they interviewed him for player of the game, I was shocked. I was like, 2 touchdowns, sure. Stephon Diggs, they have to give it to 3 players. So obviously you're going to give it to the quarterback, the receiver, and then like they should have given it the kicker. Like they should have given it like to who's that guy? I think he's a rookie, their kicker.
I know the Ravens have a rookie.
Borealis or whatever his name.
Yeah. I'm kind of happy I fell asleep for this game.
Yeah.
I didn't really think I missed much. It's stuff for the Stephon Diggs legacy game. Bad loss for the Bills. They had a couple bad turnovers. Josh Allen had a fumble. Keon Coleman had a fumble. They lost. Other than that, I mean, Patriots. This is one of the games like against the Steelers. The Patriots had so many more fumbles, and they should have lost this game by a mile, but somehow won. But yeah, they're gonna have to figure out this running game. I think Travion Henderson has to be their guy. I think like he's had the best games for them. I mean, he was the leading rusher only with 24 yards, but he hasn't turned over the football in this game. Ramondre Stevenson is their number 1, but like you said, he turns over the ball too much. Still put up 2 touchdowns, but like 7 for 14. That's not good. But yeah, I don't really have much to add. I guess we have one more game, unless you have anything else.
No, not really. I mean, let's get into this Chiefs game because
how about these Jacksonville Jaguars?
This is a great game. Jags looked great. I know I was saying that I think 2 weeks ago I said this is my last week of Trevor Lawrence support, and I'm fully back on the Trevor Lawrence wave. That last play of the game was the worst thing I've ever seen. Like that is not a good play for the Jags. I'm sorry for people being like, oh, like the Jags, oh, what a play. That was like not a what a play. That was like you were the luckiest SOBs ever because the Chiefs like gave. Did you see Chris Jones on that play?
Yeah, I was about to say,
they just gave up. Chris
Jones just show how bad this Chiefs defense is? That more in the Chiefs defense?
No, that's just Chris Jones. I kind of get it. Like when that play happened, I went from looking. I was like, all right. And so after every play, go on my phone. He falls down and the Chiefs like go up to him. And so I get on my phone and I look up and I'm like, oh my God, he's like going to the end zone. Like, what the hell just happened? Like, I don't know how the Chiefs did not get him on the ground. They were there. Like, that is the most embarrassing play for the Chiefs. Like, since Marcus Mariota threw a touchdown to himself against them in the wild card game. Like, what the hell was that? Disgusting to me. Trevor Lawrence has been using his legs a lot recently. 54 yards on the run. He had a 16-yard run. But I really like what I've seen from Trevor Lawrence. He did throw a really, really, really bad interception, though. I'm not bought back into Lawrence. I'm not bought out of Lawrence yet, though. I was getting there, and I'm not bought out of him. So he's fine in my book. This is the most fraudulent 4-1 team in the NFL, though.
How about
I'm sorry, they're not good. They're not a good football team.
How
They're
about the
not
year
good.
Devin Lloyd's having 4 picks already, leads the
Sure.
NFL, had a
Yeah.
pick six. I don't think they're the worst 4-1 team. There's a reason they are 4-1.
They
They're
stink.
winning games, but like they just beat the Chiefs, and the Chiefs are still the Chiefs.
Sure, but they're not the Chiefs.
They also beat the Niners last week, who we're now saying are legit too.
That is true.
I don't think they're fraudulent.
I'm not there.
I don't think this team is built to win a playoff game. Now, I could be completely wrong. And you know what? I want to be wrong because I like guys like Brian Thomas Jr. Travis Hunter had a good game. 3 for 64 on 3 targets. Brian Thomas Jr., like I said, 4 for 80 on 6 targets. Trevor Lawrence played an okay game. That last play was great. I don't know how that worked.
Yeah.
He has to be better, and he's shown some signs. I understand why you're not there yet with him, but like he has to be better. He's paid to be a better guy, better quarterback. The Jaguars are 4-1, and you know, props to their new coach, Liam Cohen. He has his team starting 4-1 under his new leadership. So good for them. Like, I understand why you think they might be the worst 4-1 team of all time. I kind of agree, but I also kind of disagree because there's also a reason they are 4-1. Like I said, they just beat the Chiefs. I know they aren't the Chiefs, but like it's still a Kansas City Chiefs. They looked like the Chiefs last week. And then they beat the Niners, who we were just praising a couple minutes ago, saying like, oh, yeah, they are actually pretty legit, even if they have Mac Jones. But they also beat the Titans, too. The Texans. And the Texans, I know they played the Ravens, but like they looked really good this week. And the Texans have also looked really good the last 2 weeks.
Absolutely.
So their next 2 games to the Jaguars kind of tell me if they're legit or not. Home against the Seahawks, home against the Rams. Right now, the Jaguars are 3-0 at home. If they beat the Seahawks, I might be bought in. But if they beat the Rams and somehow are 6-1, I'm bought in on the Jaguars, I think.
Well,
like if they can beat the Rams and the Seahawks or just one of those two, I'm semi bought in. But if they beat both, I kind of believe that they might be legit, especially in the AFC South. That division sucks. Even the Colts are good. Yeah. Like I don't know who to buy in more to because the Colts have Daniel Jones. The Colts have Daniel Jones.
I'm bought in on Daniel Jones, by the way. I'm buying in.
You're buying in on Daniel Jones.
Yeah. Oh, I'm bought in. Yeah. That's I told just because I said it was the freest thing ever coming into the year. He's the Sam Darnold this year.
Both of these teams, especially the Colts, are the Vikings of last year. They shouldn't be good, but they have somehow like
Brock Purdy's going to come back, so it doesn't matter.
It's more the Colts
start Mac Jones.
You know what? The Colts are the comparison because Daniel Jones, Sam Darnold, but like they have one star, Jonathan Taylor, Justin Jefferson.
Yeah,
perfect. But the Jaguars 4-1, 3-0 at home. Good start for Liam Cohen.
Yeah.
This Chiefs team is 2-3, man.
Yeah. I don't know. This Chiefs team's fine. They're getting Rashee Rice back in 2 weeks, but Travis Kelce, man, I think he's got to just stick to the Swift albums. But
is he done soon?
This should be his list. Should be. I mean, yeah, he should be done. I think he has one more year of retirement, like type of year, but that's it. Yeah. I mean, 31-28, Jags win. I don't have really anything else on this game. I think that's
Same.
that's the end of the game. So, looking forward to week 6, and I guess I will do it for today's episode.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you for everyone tuning in to the Final Whistle. We will see you guys next time. Adios.